course, if something dramatic happens in the next 121, that could change.
A few seconds ago, you saw another nice move by Bobby Czyz. He moved up, good right hand there. Czyz moved under a MacDonald's punch, went off to the side, but once again, he didn't let his hands go. I'm sure that'll be something he'll try to do in his upcoming fight.
Czyz much less cautious now, beginning to open up and show the full arsenal.
I guess it's possible MacDonald's setting a trap for him, trying to lull Czyz into being overconfident, coming in and giving him punching opportunities. But it just doesn't look that way to me. It looks like he just can't solve Bobby. Bobby's been a little bit too elusive, using a jab, countering effectively, and punching well to the body. And MacDonald just hasn't been able to solve him yet.
And, of course, there were times against Spinks, Alex, when MacDonald looked just as helpless, if not more so than this. But he did land on 2 or 3 occasions the big right hand, which for moments at least totally turned that bout around. It could happen here. It hasn't yet.
MacDonald is just eating right hands. Whether they're counters or leads, every one of them's getting home.
All right, it's another Bobby Czyz round, and we'll return with more of ABC Sports coverage of Coors Professional Life after this from our local station. Round 4 begins in Atlantic City in a fight so far dominated by the body punching, the counter punching, the all-around effectiveness of the busier Bobby Czyz. Jim MacDonald comes out again trying to throw the right hand as round 4 begins, but again Czyz corners him and digs to the body.
Jim, watching this fight is like waiting for a bomb to explode. The one thing that has surprised me is we talked earlier about MacDonald's claims that he was going to be a boxer. Actually, the fighter who's shown the boxing skills here more than we expected is Bobby Czyz. He's had a little bit of a jab he's shown to MacDonald, made him think about it. He's countered well. He's taken the opportunities when they've been there. He's been patient. Hasn't been as wild.
Just landed a solid left hook, a chopping overhand right, and appears to have MacDonald wobbling. The clowning and talking by MacDonald becoming more and more lame with each passing moment. Uppercut got through the guard.
The third strong uppercut Bobby has landed this round.
This is a mature, very calculating, very effective Bobby Czyz.
And there's MacDonald falling into the old habit as we predicted he would, laying on the ropes, perhaps waiting to get an opportunity to land that right. Czyz is being very smart. He's smothering him. He's not giving him the punching room to come off the ropes with the right hand. Right in his face.
MacDonald stiff-legged as he backs up against the ropes again. 1:13 to go in this round.
Good stiff Czyz jab. Tommy Parks would like him to try to double with that jab, but that will come in time.
More and more, this is evolving into target practice for Bobby Czyz. Donald paused to observe his right hand and simply ate the left hand as Czyz came back. And again, MacDonald rests against the rope. Another uppercut.
MacDonald tries to dance away. His legs look terrible. I don't know whether it's the body shots or they just came in the ring with dead legs.
Well, he's never had the best footwork in the world. He always seems to wobble a little bit from side to side. But you're right, he looks worse now than he has at any stage of the fight. And we will stay here between rounds. See if Phil Miller and the others in MacDonald's corner can find some way to motivate their fighter.
This man's still every round.
There's Czyz going to the body with the right hand, pushes the man back of the ropes, and then comes up top. MacDonald's hands were up, but Czyz just punched right around him. We said coming into this fight, Jim MacDonald had an outstanding chin and an outstanding punch. So far, all he's got to do is to be able to prove he's got a good chin.
are rather hollow on him.
Much water. Pour your mouth open. Please.
Thanks, man.
Not much for Tommy Parks to say to Czyz. He's been just about perfect. Bobby Cappy Czyz. He uses the nickname which belonged to the great Joe Louis.
And one of the things about Bobby Czyz that is similar to Joe Louis is that he's an outstanding finisher when he gets his man hurt.
Czyz likes to say, in the language of the ring, when you get a man drunk, you mug him.
The thing that's impressed me about Bobby here is he hasn't lost his head the few times he's landed real solid punches and gone in wild and let MacDonald a chance to bang and counter him. He's been very, very restrained and controlled. We said coming in that these were two brawlers. To this point, one hasn't, and one apparently can.
Well, the biggest win of MacDonald's career was over Willie Edwards. Czyz also has a knockout of Willie Edwards on his record, but Edwards was able to stagger Czyz many times in that brief bout. MacDonald hasn't been able to do it.
Technically, Edwards handed Czyz the only knockdown of his career at the end of round one in that fight. Referee, he didn't actually go down. He bounced off the ropes, but in between rounds, the referee called it a knockdown. Low blow there. And again, another warning by the referee, Tony Orlando. MacDonald bending over.
MacDonald absorbing an awful lot of punishment.
And unlike his other fights, you just saw him bounce off the ropes. He wasn't even looking to counter with that right hand. He just fell into a clinch. He's just come up completely empty.
Blood beginning to trickle now from both nostrils. Jim MacDonald. His nose was broken in the Spinks fight. Indeed, he entered the Spinks fight, he says, with a broken nose. Could be that it has given way again.
He had some physical problems in training for this fight with his ear that broke up his training a little bit, but he claims that he recovered from that and he's fine. Great physical condition, as we said earlier, the best physical condition of his life.
Solid right hand by Czyz. Follows it up. Another right.
And that right hand hurt. And that one did too.
We are back as round 6 begins in Atlantic City. A scheduled 15-rounder. It would be a miracle if it goes that far. And Alex, between rounds, the ring doctor took a good look at Jim MacDonald.
Two things happened. Frank Doggett, the doctor in control here, came in and looked and apparently came over to Tony Orlando, the referee. Good right hand. Tony Orlando can stop this fight right now. MacDonald is doing absolutely nothing. At the same time, Larry Hazard, the head of the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board, looked over and he shook his head. He's standing up right now, Larry Hazard. He's motioning for Frank Doggett to stop this fight, and Tony Orlando goes.
Bobby Czyz moves the record to 32 wins, 1 loss. The 23rd knockout of his career. Jim MacDonald showed very little in his second chance to win a light heavyweight championship. Technical knockout in the 6th round. Tony Orlando with a good and well-justified stoppage under the urging of Larry Hazard of the New Jersey State Control Board. The crowd, 7 seconds of the 6th round.
Jim?